I think the compliment, the honor, you picked me. I mean, we can go back to elementary school, and you go out and you're getting picked by teams to play kickball or whatever it is, and it's like, okay, so Billy's pretty good. Yeah, maybe I'll be third. Well, Greg's pretty good too, so I might be fourth. But at least I'm not 19th.
But at least Greg's here. He's going to get picked first every time.
Yeah. I just despise that guy. I wish he'd break his ankle. But I think the point we're getting at is when you join a team, you're not a silo.
Right. It's a team.
It's not a one-person company.
Right.
And I think being picked, leaving well, finishing well, or starting well. Let's go with a starting well, and we can finish up here with what are some of those attributes or traits we should exhibit to a new team that picked us? I mean, whether it's internal or external, what are a couple things you'd say? Make sure you're grounded or whatever.
Well, yeah, I think definitely the humility, the gratefulness that I get to be a part of this. Even if, like I said, being grateful that it was an already established thing. You could still be grateful for the fact that it's a startup and they picked you. Really, you picked me to be a vision caster for a startup organization. I should be very grateful for that. So I think that gratitude. The other part too is there is, if the organization's already existing, there is a culture that's there. The best definition that I really have found for culture is it's the unwritten rules. And you usually don't know that you've broken one of those rules until you break one of those rules, because it's not something that somebody can tell you. Oh, by the way, in our culture, we do this. And then all of a sudden, you do something different and you can see people go, and that's where you have to be real quick to go, oh, I'm sorry. I think I said something. I think I just did something that's like not what you guys normally do. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's this. Oh, okay. Please forgive me. I think that's part of it. But the other part too is I hear some people say, oh, you got big shoes to fill going in there. Yeah, I can't fill those shoes. I'm a different person. I'm a unique individual. From as much as you wouldn't say to them, why can't you be like Craig that's coming in? You shouldn't say to me, why can't you be like Joe who just left? So I think that it's important to remind people of that. Like I had somebody say to me, well, Joe used to do this and this. And I'd say, hi, I'm Craig. I'm not Joe. I know Joe. I appreciate Joe. He's a great guy, and I appreciate all the stuff that he did. But this is how we're different. This was his temperament, and here's my temperament. And if I tried to do it like him, I wouldn't be a very effective leader, because you're asking me to be somebody that I'm not. Mm-hmm. And just kind of that simple reminder, they went, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. You're not so you got to understand, there's a chemistry there. There's a culture that's already there. Yeah. But again, if you come in with that humble, I'm willing to learn. And if you step on something that you didn't realize was there, oh, okay, sorry.
What do you call those unwritten rules? I used to call them sacred cows.
Yeah.
And so one of the things I think would be pretty good advice, if you leave one job and go to another in the same company, your assumption is it's the same culture.
Right.
But you're going to have different dynamics. If you left to a different company, whether it's competitive or not, you're going to have to figure out what the culture is. And I think one of the things that I might throw in here is ask questions when you get there.
Absolutely.
Because you're not going to find those unwritten rules until you ask some questions. And I have actually asked. So we didn't talk about this in my interview, but, share with me what you think are a couple really important sacred cows. And it was surprising how many they had and what they said about them. Yeah. Some supported them. Some probably they were their sacred cows. Yep. And others are like, Billy Bob, he's got a sacred cow, but no one else likes it, but he really hammers it home. Oh, I better make sure. Greg from the Craig and Greg Show. And if you've enjoyed this clip, please go for the full edition and subscribe so you get notified when we send another episode for you to be challenged as a leader.